The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good day from TFNN. Welcome to the March 21st, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And, of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is a happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past, well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning again. So if you're listening on the replay at 1, thanks so much for doing that. We'll make sure that today's show is pertinent. Of course, if you are listening live, we would love to hear from you. So the easiest way to do that is to give me a call, 877-927-6648. Hey, if you can't call in, you can always send me an email, just like James did. JJ did. He sent one this morning. Just send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, if you'd be kind enough to put radio show question, and in the Tiger's Den, we're taking every and all pings out there. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. So at 8:08 in the morning, we've got Dow futures trading down by 93 points, ES Mini off 10, NASDAQ down 30, Russell 2000 down about 7 points. So each of them in that 0.4% to the downside. Overseas last night, you had the Shanghai up 0.3%. That was 11 points, where the Hang Seng was up 249 points, less than 1% to the downside. The Nikkei up 42. So we got the roller coaster over in Asia. If we take a look at Australia, flat session out here, closing out at 61.67. The DAX in Germany trading lower by 98 bucks, or 0.8%. And the FTSE is up 27. Gold futures are up 13 bucks, trading out at 13.15. Silver up 22 cents. She's trading out at 15.54. Light sweet crude is back 47 cents. 59.76 is the print there. And those, as Tom would call them, the ever-ready bonds moving higher. 14 ticks in the 30-year and 6 ticks in the 10-year notes out there. Currency-wise, let's go take a look at currency, because we did have a question came in yesterday from Fred. And Fred was asking about the euro U.S. dollar. So let's go take a look at it. And Fred, and he just wanted just kind of a quick analysis of what it was that I saw out here. And we've had these trend lines. You can see them on my screen. They're kind of pinkish red. Fred, in the trend line that began on September 24th, if you just use that high and you go ahead and use as your next data point the January 10th high, what we can see is that the euro has made that trend. It made that trend at the close of the session yesterday. It's pulling back inside here. So we don't really know. At this stage, we would say there's no break in the downtrend inside of the euro. Now, we also have the TAS market profile. The top of the box specifically is 1.1395. We're trading slightly below that right now. If price continues to trade below that, then you can see a move back to the bottom of that profile. The bottom of that profile is 1.1384. So at this stage, as of 8:10 in the morning, the counter trend rally inside the euro appears to be over. Whereas if price were to close above, and I would just use yesterday's high as the level, 1.14482. This would tell you there is a change in trend underway in the euro out there. So I hope that helps you out. Sorry we didn't get to your request yesterday. It just simply came in too late, meaning you may have sent it early. And so, folks, if you're listening out there and you're thinking about sending me an email, but you might want to wait till towards the end of the show, don't do it, as Rodney Dangerfield would say. And the reason is because it might get to me too late, and you might want to know, and I'd love to be able to assist you with whatever it is that you're looking at. So we also had another question that came in that we didn't get to, came in late in the show, and that was Google. And so the question was, oh, by the way, let me see here. Was there? So there's nothing now. Let me go back to the euro just for a second. Nah, I'm not going to go to that chart. Let's go straight to Google. So Google having a nice day yesterday. Good volume behind the move, 2.2 million shares. It is above daily, weekly, and monthly profiles out here. So what Google is communicating to you and I'm just going to look at the monthly time frame chart out here. So it wants to head back to its highs from July in 2018, and that's in the 1273 level out here. Now let me pull over Google on my other chart, see if there's any interesting patterns. So Google made that beautiful bottom back on December 26 when it created that three-river morning star bullish reversal signal. Remember, the buyers and sellers have just one role to play for you and I. That's to give us our signals. That's to help us with our P's and Q's. And in this case here, if we do the wave count, just curious where we're at from that low out here. Well, we've surpassed that seventh wave. That'd be letter G on my system out here. So at this stage of the game, any pullbacks have just been testing Stevie's green line at 1193. Looks to me like Google wants to make a run for its highs. Now, just curious, what's Google doing this morning out here? Let's put that in. Google closed yesterday at 12.23. It's trading out at 12.19. Really no big deal out there. Okay, let's go to our next question. This one that came in from JJ out here. And JJ wants to look at the Qs. He says, hi, Steve. I've been wanting to buy the QQQ. I've been waiting for a pullback, but now it looks like it won't pull back soon. In fact, though it looks like it may have reached a point of strong resistance, what do you say? You just said it all, I think. So let's go take a look at the Qs. Let's do it by taking a look at the let's take a look at it by actually looking at the ETF itself. So let's do that. We don't normally do that. Not that I'm not against doing that, but of course we want to take a look. What are the? We don't really care what took place as of last night, Friday. Last night, 4 p.m. We're more interested in what's transpired inside the futures contract between then and now to look for some type of pattern. But you know, JJ, if we just simply put up the QQQ series ETF, yesterday was day 8 of a potential TD setup 9 count. With as long as price today closes over the close from the trading session of March 15th, and that close was 178.35. Today would be bar number 9. And we do know that when these 9 counts form, they can identify a potential top out here. If we go take a look, and it can occur on days 8, 9, or the day after. If you look at the actual all-time high back in August of 2018, it was that Tommy DeMark setup count that made an early call on the top. So I'd just be patient. We'll come back. We'll continue looking at the NQ. Let's go see what it says. Be right back.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching TigerTV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Equity Futures off 91, S&P Futures down 10. It's now 8:18 in the morning in case you happen to be listening to the archive version at 1:18. And we're trying to answer the question for James. James was just wanting us to take a look at the QQQ series ETF, which we did. Our conclusion there is that there may be a short-term top forming, which could have been yesterday's high, maybe today's high, or tomorrow out there using the TD setup 9-count set of tools out there. So we're going to go check in on the Qs. And the reason that you have not been able to the only pullback that we've seen out here, James, took place on the trading session of March the 8th. And we saw a slight move down for a few days out here. This is using one of my other tools. This tool here, the bottom panel, is my EKG system for the market. In this case, we're looking at the NQ. We're looking at the daily time frame out here. And with the red boxes that you're looking at, don't worry about the designated letter that's inside there. They tell you of a sprint that's going on. Normally, you would see in kind of a normal-ish type market, you would see these boxes that form out here going from green to red to green to red to green to red for the most part. And when they don't, in this case here, what they're really measuring is the true emotion of the market out here. And the way that you use it is when you are, especially in an uptrend, when you're fortunate to get a green box that forms. That was on March the 8th out there. As soon as there's a close above that, which took place on the following day, that would be, James, your breakout area or session out here. And that's really coming off of the lows from December 26th. So intense selling. You probably didn't need me to tell you that. Now, it's not exactly the same, or I don't know if it's exactly the same. If we go take a look at, for example, the Russell 2000, let's go look at it on a daily basis. So in the Russell 2000, the key will be now for it, and it too, it didn't have its first, maybe it was a different date. March 7th was when it formed its green box, so to speak, out here, daily time frame that we're looking at. And I'd really be watching in the Russell 2000 March 8th level. That's a hammer candle that is sitting out there. So that's the checkup with regard to the EKG. Pretty strong, pretty long and strong. Speaking of EKGs, you know, we would be foolish, or we would be remiss, or I would be remiss, maybe you won't be remiss, if I just simply said to you, hey, Dow futures are trading down by 90 points. And somehow you interpreted that as just an all-out bearish message. In fact, you look at each of the futures contracts out here, and you see that they're just mean and red, down about 0.75% or something like that. But not so fast. And the reason that we say not so fast is because if you're sitting over in the UK right now and you're wondering about Brexit, or just over in Europe, you're wondering about Brexit and the implications that it might have. What we know, you and I, is that the Dow, we take a look at the Dow equity futures contract. Yes, they may be pulling back by 98 points right now. But if you're trading the Dow in pounds, you're up 70. You're up 0.3%. You're flattish to up inside of euros. You're down about 0.5% in yen. But this tells us about buyers and sellers. For example, right now, what you want to see out here on a sustained move to the downside is you want to see it mean in red on all screens, in all major currencies out there. Because let's face it, just put yourself in the position of sitting over in the UK wondering what in the heck those guys are doing, other than screwing with what the electorate could already ask them to do for a period of years. What would you want to invest in? Would you really want to invest in their markets, which have been in a decline economically and everything else? Or would you say, I can just simply buy the Dow, or I can buy the S&P, or maybe I can even buy the NASDAQ out there? Where would you want to be parking your money? You see, Goldilocks has it right this morning. So what we know at 8:23 is that we've got moves higher in all the major currencies out there. So what you and I know is there's buyers of gold. Now, that doesn't mean that gold may not have formed a short-term top, because I can show you a chart that says that it has formed a short-term top, and that price should pull back to about 13.10 inside in terms of U.S. dollars out here. If you take a look at the 30-year Treasury, it's up in all major currencies. So you're sitting over in Europe, you're tied to euros, which we just know, we took a look at, says maybe the counter trend rally is over there. You're sitting over here in pounds, saying to both these guys can't get there, you know what, together out here. And so you say, I'm going to go ahead and park my money in U.S. Treasuries, because at least I'm going to get back U.S. dollars out there. And that's what the message of looking at these instruments priced in those currencies is communicating to you and I. So we've got a mixed bag out here when it comes to the equity futures contract. And somehow I diverged because what the request was from James was to take a look at the NQ. So here's what we know about the NQ, James. At least the Qs, you're in this setup 9-count zone. So you wouldn't be buying here necessarily, knowing that it's the potential for a high. I'm not saying to sell either. I'm just saying your request was more for you're looking to buy. And here we can see that the NQ is in the resistance zone of its daily horizontal trading range level, 74.31 out here. Marked resistance 2 days ago, yesterday, and this morning as well out here. This would just say maybe we're in a sideways-ish type move. If we look at the daily contract for the NQ, and I know we were just looking at it, but with a different set of tools, we'll see that Stevie's green line here is, I wish I could tell you what it is. I can. I just have to put a different data box up. Where is that data box? I think it's that. Show data box, yeah. All right, so let me see what the actual level is, because I know you're going to want that, or I'm going to want to share that with you. And that level is 73.59. So 73.59 is Stevie's green line reading. Pulling back to that level is nothing more than just pulling back to test support, as it did yesterday. A close below that level, Stevie's green line, 73.59, says there would be a further retracement in order. Which one is it going to be? I don't have the answer to that. If we look at shorter-term time frame charts to look for some signals, or we look at market profiles, let's go look at the market profiles. Let's go do that. If we look at market profiles out here for the NQ, oh, there we go. Always on different systems. We got different codes. So here we go. Inside the NQ on a 60-minute basis, you've got support at 73.56. You've got 73.66 on the 2-hour time frame chart. You've got 73.60 on the 5-hour time frame chart. So here's the quiz. Any pullback says we should be looking at about the 73.60 level as the place of support that should hold. If it doesn't hold, that says we've got lower prices. Lower prices to where? 71.62 could be a spot out here. So that's what you're really looking at here, James, in the Qs. Do you go ahead and take a long position on that pullback? We'd really want to see what kind of pattern is forming on a short-term chart. And at this stage of the game, it's possible that we're in leg number 7 on the way down. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So, JJ, we don't really have a pattern set up here inside of the NQ on a 30-minute time frame. If I were going to draw one, it would be this A to B equals CD pattern out here. So, I mean, that's what we'll, whoops, I just have to hit the right touch points. That's what we would deal with. It looks like the next target here in the NQ, about 73, 63 out there. It's the ES Mini that I would also be watching. But we'll come back to that after we go to our first caller out here, and that's Bill in Jupiter. Bill, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Fine, Steve. How about yourself?
Very good. Very good. And you want to take a look at gold just like Peter in Park City does. So tell me how I can assist you.
Well, I wanted to get your thoughts on gold's reaction to the Fed yesterday, and does this apparently this is the catalyst for a breakout for gold?
Well, so let's try to pick that apart here. If we take a look at gold, here's what we know. Let's take a look at the facts that we know. Right now, we can see that gold is trading higher in all of the major currencies. That's the U.S. dollar, that's the euro, that's the yen, and that is the pound. So when things trade in all currencies in the same direction, that gives you an indication as to what traders are thinking around the globe. So in the case of gold, it's up anywhere between 0.9%. That's in yen, terms of yen, and about 2% in terms of pound sterling out there. Now that we have that, let's just simply go take a look at what gold is doing on a daily time frame. And to do that, let me open up a daily chart of the current April contract out here. And on the April contract, what we can see is that a couple of days ago, so it wasn't yesterday, Bill, but on March 19th, it broke through a trend line, closed above a downtrend line out here. It is trading above the top of a daily profile at 12.96. That's the June contract out here, and this suggests that it wants to get to higher price. Now, this is the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, I'll just simply draw in here an A to B equals CD pattern that I see. And the A point on the daily basis, March 7th. The B point is the high from March 13th, and the retracement or pullback took place the following day, March 14th. So now what this shows us, let me try to eliminate some of these lines out here. Give me a moment to do that, just so that it's more clear for you to see the A to B equals CD. This gives us a price projection of 13.23. And so far, this morning's high, or yesterday's high, was 13.20. So $3. You know, we're close to an A to B equals CD to the upside. Now, not that gold has to stop there. We don't have a bearish reversal candle on a daily basis, but the targets are 13.23, 13.31. And so I don't know that I would classify the move higher yet as maybe in the way that thought I was hearing it from you as far as a breakout. And what we have to be sensitive to is there is the possibility that since gold made this high out here, Bill, on February 20th, that what gold is doing on a daily basis could be just setting up a Gartley sell pattern. And so when you say breakout, I'm thinking you're not considering the possibility that there might be some type of topping pattern that could be forming and looking at it on a daily basis. Am I doing okay at interpreting your what you meant by breakout, or help me reframe?
No, you're doing fine, and I probably misspoke. That's too strong a word, breakout. I guess it's just that seeing gold go up as much as it did yesterday, actually, I would think that we'd be looking for a pullback, but that doesn't appear to be the case today. Well, so it could be the case today. For example, so it's 8:34, and I don't know what's going to occur during the next 26 minutes. But here's the chart now for gold on a 5-hour time frame. And it, too, has an A to B equals CD to the upside pattern, 13.23. So I don't recall, that's no different than what we looked at on the daily time frame chart out here. But on the 5-hour time frame, we can see the price has been moving higher, doing less relative energy. And the current candle session out here, Bill, right now is a bearish engulfing candle. And that should be easy for gold to do as we go into the 9 o'clock time frame. Now, the 5-hour time frame has been perhaps the most ideal time frame. You and I talked about this on the show.
at being
Yes.
able to identify tops and bottoms here. So what this would mean if we do get a bearish engulfing candle session by 9 o'clock is that we should, if this is a top, a short-term top at least, or whatever the time period might be, we should see follow through to the downside. Now, support has not been broken on a 5-hour time frame. Support for gold on a 5-hour time frame, the first level of support is 1311. The second level is 1310. 1311 is Stevie's green line. 1310 is the top of the 5-hour box out there. And if gold were to move below 1308, then we would expect gold to pull back to 1303. So the 5-hour chart out here is showing the potential for some type of pullback. But again, you've got gold trading higher in all the other currencies out there. We'd really have to do a study on a 5-hour basis of what gold is doing in those currencies and what those traders are interpreting. But let me just summarize it like this. It is that even if we get a pullback here, I'm not seeing reasons to issue any kind of sell signal, so to speak. And am still in the camp until we start to see levels of support broken that gold wants to continue to trade higher. And on the daily time frame, that level would be 1306.20, and we're about $10 ahead of that. Am I giving a decent enough
Good. No,
view
very
of
good,
what I see?
Yes. No, that was terrific. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anything else I can do?
No, that's good. Thank you.
Okay, you bet. Thanks for calling. That was Bill in beautiful Jupiter, Florida. So what do we want to go to next, folks? What do we want to go look at? Was there a question in the den? I think we got it. I think because Peter, you were looking to take a look at gold out there. And so you were wondering my thoughts. So you've got those, specifically. Now as we speak here, Bill, you're listening, and Peter, gold has moved a bit higher. We'll see we're very close to not having a bearish reversal candle. And this is really how the market speaks. Well, this is how it speaks to me with regard to pattern recognition. Look, what I realized as I began this journey, wasn't right away, but what I realized was that all that you and I were doing, well, as technologists, we could just be technicians and use these moving averages and things of that sort, but that really wasn't helping you and I understand the emotion of the market. And the markets are nothing more than a subset of the entire emotion of all the traders around the globe, not just you, not just me, not just us, but everybody out there. That's just why Bill and I were looking at, why Peter always likes to look at how gold is performing, or any major asset in all of the major currencies out there. And what I learned was like that when I learned Japanese candlesticks, I was like, okay, so how do I use these? If it's a bearish engulfing candle that forms, does that mean I should sell? No. What I discovered, kind of the fountain of youth, was the importance of those candles at the completion of patterns. Oh boy, did that open up my eyes. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year, or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year, or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, the Dow futures trading off 95, S&P down 10, so not really much change from earlier. Hey, if you're listening in on the archive version, right now it's 8:42, be 1:42 in the afternoon. Thanks so much for doing that. Much appreciated. Tomorrow's show, well, I will not be doing 8 to 9. I think Basil's going to do his show from 8 to 9. And at this stage, I'm uncertain whether I'm going to try to do 1 to 2. We'll see if I can pull all that off out there. Not too sure about that. But look, Michael R. writes in. He says, good morning, Steve. So good morning, Mike. And thanks for listening. I have the 154 puts on the IWM. They expire at the end of the month. Hold them or fold them. So let's go take a look at the Russell 2000 equity futures contract. I'm going to do that, Michael. It's going to assist you and I, give us a better understanding as to what's going on. So let's do this here. Let's go take a look at the equity futures contract. Let's take a look at the current daily and weekly profiles out here. And what this shows, it's hard to see. No, it's not. It's easy to see. So 1559 is the top of the daily box. So 1573 was the center point of control. And that is where resistance is. That is where price was unable to get above that weekly point of control level. We're now below the top of the daily. I would say 1526 is the price point that you would be looking at for a further retracement out here. So I don't want anybody to interpret that I'm not of the opinion at this stage here in reading the charts that we may see a pullback out here. I just don't think it's going to be of anything of significance because we have not seen any levels of support broken. So, Michael, your levels of support that would be key in trading the Russell 2000 or the IWM is really taking a look to its futures contract. And that price range is going to be 1505, that's the bottom of the weekly, up to 1526, the bottom of that daily profile. That's what this is telling us. If Stevie takes a look at the daily time frame, which I'm going to pull over here for you, and we're going to take a look at, it's possible that there's an A to B equals CD to the downside that is forming. The 1-to-1 level would be 1495. The problem with that, and here's what you need to watch, right? You're just watching or taking a look at the message of the markets out here. We talked about Japanese candlesticks as we went off of the air there during that last break. And on the trading session out here, Michael, of March the 8th is when there was a hammer candle that formed. The very next day, with that move up, what we saw was a three-river morning star pattern. So if you are wondering where is really strong support, and I don't remember the profile levels I gave you, if you're wondering where's really strong support inside the Russell 2000, it's at the low of that hammer candle. And that's the 1517 area. So I would be watching that like a hawk. If I go look at the IWM, we don't have a hammer candle on that trading session. That's because what the IWM is doing is providing you and I with chart data for 6.5 hours. 6.5 hours. Whereas we have nearly 24 hours worth of data here. And you tell me which one is likely to provide you with the best information. And I'm going to go with the one that provides us with more information out here. So that would be the area. Do I see any sign of any kind of a bottom out here in the Russell 2000 to make you fold that hand? If we look at a 30-minute chart, the answer is no, other than if you're looking, and this is what you are looking for, you're looking for areas of support or resistance. We just talked about a hammer candle on a daily time frame, and at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon on a 30-minute time frame, what the Russell 2000 equity futures contract did was generate, whichever one you like out there, a hammer candle. That says you want to watch the bottom or the low, 1538.50. 1538.50 has not been broken through. That's what you're looking for. So you know where the bulls are lined up. Well, we know where they are lined up out here, and that's what you'll want to be watching. So that's the 30-minute chart. Does that mean you go ahead and fold the no, because this thing would need to close about 1544.70. Really, I would have to say the candle from 7:30 this morning, which is 1545.50. If it closes above that, then you may want to consider closing out that trade. If I look at the Russell 2000 on a 60-minute time frame out here, am I seeing any signs of a bottom? I am not out there on a 1-hour time frame. If I look, I'm just going to do this here off. I don't see anything on the 120. If I do see something, I'm going to pull it over. And then we have the old 5-hour time frame chart. So the 5-hour time frame chart, I'm going to pull over here, because what the 5-hour chart is doing is it is in the bar after bar number 9. And if there is a lower low that forms here and price then holds, and what I'm referring to is in the 5-hour time frame was that yesterday Jerome Powell, Federal Reserve, wacky price action that we saw, which is typical, and it would be that low, which is 1538.50. I'm sure we probably covered 1538.50, but you'd like to see on a well, you would not like to see this, but if this is, you got to just provide to you what you should be watching for. And really, if you are trading the IWM, which you are out there, and you're a technician, you're trying to understand these patterns, or you'd like to be able to do that, you don't have to trade the futures contract, but you really do want to get access. It's worth the money to, in my opinion, for you to be able to do that, and then just focus in on the Russell 2000. Now, when it made its high out here on the trading session at 9 o'clock in the morning, that was on March the 19th, it did it by getting to wave number 7. That's letter G on my screen out here. So in order for this 9 count to really take effect, or the way that Stevie likes to use these signals, is I like to see the high or low, in this case the low, from a bars either 8, 9, or 10, the bar after bar 9. And so this bar here also closes at 9. And it's another 11 minutes. I don't know that we're going to get that. So what does this all mean? What was all that gibberish? It means I don't think the 9 count on the 5-hour time frame is showing a bottom signal for the Russell 2000. So I hope that helps you out. I would, I'd stay put at this stage of the game with the Russell 2000. So best of luck. Hope that helps you out. And thanks for listening to the show. Let's see, anybody else that has written in? The answer is no. So I don't have anything else out here to look at. So what do we want to look at? We've covered gold. Where do we want to go take a look at? Let's see what's moving in the pre-market. So Apple is moving in the pre-market, or appears to be. Closed at 188, trading at 190, so up another $2. Of course, yesterday we looked at, I believe, an A to B equals CD to the upside. So Micron Technologies is up, MU, M-U, a decent sake if you've got to go for the MU out here. So trading out at 41, closed at 40. Nah, not really a big deal. Hey, with regard to big signals to the downside yesterday, the potential of a decent top, it really came from that semiconductor index out here. And as we take a look at it, here you can see, and today's action is going to be very important. Price was moving higher, doing less relative energy, bearish engulfing candle, but price not closing below Stevie's green line. It's going to be that Stevie green line number, which is going to be around 1392, we'll say. It's going to be key. So this is showing at least a short-term topping signal. That's the semiconductor index. Right.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So you got the Dow Equity Futures contract trading out at 25,639. If you're listening on the archive show, it's 1:54 in the afternoon. Thanks so much for doing that. Let me boil down where it is that we're at inside the markets and what they're doing. What at least it's showing us, what buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I on the stock chart out here. And if we take a look at the Dow Equity Futures contract, you're going to see nothing more than a good old-fashioned consolidation. And here is that consolidation pattern out here, this little rectangle. Although price doesn't always get right to the top, 2 days ago, the Dow Equity Futures contract was very close to that. You've got that hammer candle out here inside Dow Equity Futures contract, like the Russell 2000, that formed on March the 8th. That really sets up the bottom of the consolidation. We saw the following day was a test of that low. So when we get two tests of a consolidating area, that's when the old consolidation muscle starts to activate. And the low is 25,251, approximately in that. I'm sorry. That's approximately where the consolidation. So what's the market doing right now? It's trading in a consolidation. Of course, the Dow itself has got a huge consolidation that it is trading within. So we've got a small consolidation. We've got a large consolidation. Here's the larger consolidation out here. And remember, consolidation's not that easy to trade. They're easier to trade if you are selling the top and you're buying the bottom. Here's the larger consolidation pattern. Well, let's go back to the daily time frame. That's where we're at. So don't get overly bullish. Don't get overly bearish out here. It's nothing more than a good old-fashioned, I'm not referring to the drink, consolidation that's going on inside the market. So, folks, thanks so much for being here early with me. Stay tuned because I believe we've got Basil Chapman up next. No, maybe it's Larry. I'm not sure who it is. That's going to do the next hour. And then I'll do my best to be back with you tomorrow at 1. If not, we'll see you on Magical, Magnificent Monday. Have a great day, great weekend.